Alright, welcome back everybody. Part 2, studying Joseki. Yay! Funny enough, these are Joseki in a special part of my book. I mean, they're in the encyclopedia. I mean, my own book notes when I take them. I had to add them at the end after playing several Dawn level players who were playing, I think I played 6 stones against them. This happened to me a half dozen times in the United States, and I was just like, okay, I'm tired. I'm going to learn the variations. Okay, so the reminder, everybody, this is a handicap Joseki, and you're here, right? 1, 2, and instead of taking the 3-3 or taking some side profit, right? So 3-3, standard, side profit, pretty standard. You can even play the high 3 line, very standard. You are trolling, as they say, or ijime, right? The bullying. I've heard you're not supposed to say that, but it's a go term, right? Where you're pushing another guy around and trying to, make aji. Now, again, when you're playing somebody worse than you, you should do it. Is how the game works. Now, like I said last time, a lot of noobs will try something like that, or like this, or like this. I have at least one game I tried that, everybody. I lost by 30 points, and the corner died. And I think it was a 4-stone handicap game last summer in Japan. Oh boy. Okay, so how do we answer this? Okay, the hardest move, everybody. So when you see this as black, what should you think? Your salvation will probably be out here. And more importantly, attack. So what's the attack? Here. You pincer from your starstone, and you put pressure on here. Now white has 3 answers. We'll do 1 today. White can boshi, right? Put a hat on you. White can probe underneath, or white can small knight's move. And today we're going to do the small knight's move. Let's do a couple of these variations. So the kake, right? Okay. So you get 2, then you have 3. White does a diagonal 4. Black does, interestingly enough, 5. And again, why my gut says it's something like this, right? Oh, because there could be the simple push and cut, right? I mean, even just the push and cut. If you can't see why, you might, look at this. You can't go there, right, which would be a standard. You can go here now. You can't see my face. Right, black's cut. And remember, they're playing 4 stones down. So you're in a cut fight on a really high position back here in the corner. It's dead. I mean, that looks totally dead. Okay, so that's the point of white here. So black has to just concede, connect. And then white starts to make shape, right? And again, if you haven't done your study of shapes, do your study of shapes, everybody. Right, but once you have a 1 space extension with your meeting knight's move, right, basically this now, you're starting to get very nice looking shape, right? You might not have eyes yet, but you're fighting your way out. It's not bad. Okay, where does black go next? Black goes to 7. Now we've got a fight. Now the white group is a running group, as of now, right? Because let's just say, let's just make easy shapes. Do you see that, right? Like, actually I might even go down or down. Black is chasing white out. And remember, stones are working in the direction they're pointing. So these stones are pointing towards this, these stones are pointing towards that. And in a handicap game, you got to give white something. It's just the rule, right? So is this slow? Sure. Like already I don't like that this half is behind this group. Like if I was white at this point, I'm just going to keep pushing down into here. hope the chasing breaks up a bit and I can attack. You might even play away right now. I don't think it's alive, but it's pretty close. And the whole corner's just standing open. I'd worry more about those two stones. I'd want to secure them probably if I was white. Maybe they slide into the corner, freak this group out, chase it down to the side. You see that? So you're doing the attack, it's not bad. Okay, so the original was basically that. There's a lot of ways for the fight to go, but it could be quite good. All right, that's the first variation. Let's do a couple more. Because again, these are just where does black want to go? That's what you're asking. Okay, let's clear the stones. Next variation. Okay, this is slightly different. Black hits out over here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. So the only difference is which side are you making white strong and getting out. Remember we talked about that being ahead thing? You'll notice last time, right, white was stronger here, so stronger on the left, weaker on the right. This time white is uncritically alive. I don't think black could kill that, especially in a handicap game. But black now is out in 2 directions, right? Before we even analyze it, right, it's pretty decent. And it mentions here, okay, if white's going to try to get away, something like this, right? White, black, white, right? So unlikely this group's dead. There's a lot of corner, what do they call it, sliding, sagari, right? There's a lot of sagari, kind of aji here. There's a cut. I feel like white's going to be okay. But that's not the point, right? It's a handicap game. You got to catch up for your 4-move deficit. This black's just attacking from another angle, right? So white's not dead. It's white's move, but it's a good fight, right? This group is coming out, and again, you're shooting either for this stone or that stone. I get the kind of gut feeling this group is going to probably pressure this group to come this way. Depends how much you can get. But there's definitely something there to get. Okay, that's one variation. There's another. And again, it's situational, which one you want. Let's take all these out again. Let's go here again. And this one is just going for the corner. So let's take a look. So you have black, white, black. All right, you have that attach and extend. And then white goes here. Black then heads them off. White wedges, like the warikomi. Black stops them. White connects. Black connects. White extends, basically alive. Here's the final move. Black secures the corner. All right, so this one is still joseki according to the book. It has the advantage, one could say, of profit in the corner. So your group's alive. Thumbs up, everybody. Our group's alive. Generally, my instinct says you don't want the corner in a handicap game. Again, that book, Breakthrough through Shodan to Shodan, he has my favorite quote ever, where he says, if you get 4 corners in a handicap game, you should resign. Nice and severe. Because he's saying you're basically stuck in, right? You don't want to be stuck. However, black is out right here, right? So black's not trapped. If black was walled in, I wouldn't like it. Black is not walled in. Black should be getting out. And that should be his, now run and pressure this group and that group and see what you can make. All right. So that's the joseki. Fantastic. the instructions warn you, of course, if you don't play 7, what's going to happen? White's going to go right there. They're just telling you. Okay, and how's this going to go? This is not going to go well. Let's look at it, everybody. Well, black's probably going to go, I'm going to play my joseki. Here we go. And then white. Black. White. Black. White. Black. And now there's 2 moves for white that are let's see here. The next moves, right? He can, oh, this stone's not there yet. Sorry, everybody. You'd attack right away. So instead of playing 6, you can just attack. But now you have a move here and a move here, right? White can still secure, or black can attach out. Right, so you can do that, and the next fighting move is here. So it's black. If it's black's play, right, you have some choice to escape. But that's why you play it. Now you'll notice white didn't secure his base. So you have a lot of liberties. You actually even have a double attach out. You're not dead or anything, right? But now it's how hard are you going to fight? You're going to fight here? You're going to fight there. And again, look, there's no way for white to trap you, functionally, right? Because if white does this, right, he'll try. You just do ye old snake play. I'm not saying you should snake, right? Definitely. But you're not trapped, right? From here, you can connect out or connect out. Again, probably over here. But now you have a chance to attack white, right? Because white's not going to try to use the thickness to kill your stone. Can you build anything over here? But again, that's the troll move, because that move in the things I have here, white did that instead of finishing the joseki, right? Again, that's something that handicap games you have to do to win, and you have to learn to survive if you're not as good, because again, we all play games with somebody stronger or weaker than us. It's not even again, what was the book I was reading? Direction of Play. The author points out it's not a moral judgment. You're just, some people give you stones because you're not as good as them. They're going to play joseki out of order and trap you. As we've already talked about, in a lot of these variations, the corner's already white's. And you'll see, even in the variation where black wants to pick the corner, white even has a way to deny it. So don't get too attached to corner profit if you're black. In a handicap game, that's it. If there's any like meta life lesson you can learn from these videos, that's probably my favorite. Okay, now you might say, "Oh, Jeff, we're done, right? That's the complete study of the corner." No, there's more, everybody. I'm just looking at my notes. We've already been going 13 minutes. We'll do another one. We'll study through these. I'm excited for these variations. I only run into them sometimes. But they're good to practice. If you don't remember them, you'll get used against you. And if the person figures out you know them, they won't get used against you. And if I can give you any feedback, let's clear this really quick. The best feedback I can give you, personally, if all else fails, and you panic, and you forget all of these combinations, that's okay. I'm going to show you what you do. Okay, this happens and you panic and you don't remember that you need to attach or you need to do this, right? Well, first, try to remember this. This is the easiest. Remember that. Okay, white attacks. Run. Remember they talked about that beautiful shape you can make? Look at that, everybody. Huh. You've split white. You're going for the center. Now, white's going to have to do some of that stone and this stone, right? So you're doing the right direction. The point of the high opening shimari, basically, it's not really a shimari, but the high opening one space jump is to get in the middle. So if you're getting in the middle of this, it's a good game. If you use that middle to run to any other stones, you're making profit. I mean, okay, in theory. if you forgot everything else, this is that basic shape. All of them are basically variations on the theme. That's this, right? Don't get cut. Get out in the middle. It's the basic rule of handicap games. And then try to make influence and kill the other guy with your influence. All right, hopefully this helps everybody. This is the second one. This is your host, Jeff. Until next time, I will see you all then.